Hi guys, welcome back to Geeks Wargaming, and this is part 2 of my Clash of Arms series, rebuilding the 10th Legion. As you see before you, we've got a couple of HQs. So in my last video I showed you a couple of tactical squads that have been building up, ready for the Clash of Arms event at Warhammer World. And in the last video I mentioned that I'm not too sure what rite of war I was going to go with. I thought I was going to go with March of the Ancients, but it seems that that is a fairly strong rite of war. That's the one with all the dreadnoughts as troops. And it's just not really what you do in a Horus Heresy event. Yes, you want to make a list that's reasonably strong, but you don't want to make a list that people don't want to play against. So I'm thinking I'm probably not going to go that way, but I am still going to have quite a few dreadnoughts in my list. I decided to go down sort of a route with my HQ. So on the left is my Iron Father. So he's basically a Cataphracti Terminator Praetor upgraded, which is a unique Iron Hands upgrade. And it basically gives him the Machinator Array, which comes with the Melter, Flamer, and then two of the sort of the Tendrils. Gives him sort of a really good Battlesmith role. I think he basically does it, fixes stuff on a 2+, which is a little bit ridiculous. So yeah, I've kind of kitted him out as well. I'm counting the axe in his hand as a Paragon blade. You could give him a Thunder Hammer, but I think the Paragon blade, I just like it a little bit more because it hits at initiative, and if you've got a Praetor hitting at initiative 1, it kind of feels that you're not getting the best out of the extra close combat ability that he's got. That's just my opinion. He's also got a Cyber Familiar, which is the little sort of skull that you see attached there. And that actually makes him have a 3-up invulnerable save. So this guy is an absolute boss. He'll have a 2-up save, 3-up invuln. He then gets a 5-up feel no pain. So yeah, he's gonna stay around for quite some time. And then the guy that you see next to him is actually a Moritat. Now I know a lot of people run Moritats with jump packs and sort of fly them around the battlefield. That just doesn't feel right for me for Iron Hands. You know, Iron Hands to me are a very sort of, you know, not a slow sort of plodding along army, but they're more sort of mechanised dreadnoughts, you know, and I don't think jump packs is something that, to me, I know obviously they do have assault marines and everything in the Legion, because every Legion does, but I just sort of visualise my Iron Hands as being more of a mechanised force supported by dreadnoughts. So I wanted to make my Moritat foot slogging, and a Moritat is basically like a gunslinger, if you don't know, and generally they come with, you can have them with plasma pistols, Volkite Serpentas. There's also the Archaeotech pistol, I believe, that they can take. However, Iron Hands ones can actually take grav pistols. And the thing with a grav pistol is it doesn't get hot like a lot of the other weapons. So this guy will be pumping out 12 shots, hitting on 2s, and they've also got the haywire profile. So I think this guy is going to be pretty scary for any vehicle, dreadnought or anything like that he comes across. So yeah, definitely like the idea of putting him in the force. He has got the bitter duty rule, which generally means that with most other legions you kind of restricted to putting him in a squad of destroyers. However, Iron Hands do have a unit called Medusan Immortals, which are basically a bit of a buffed up breacher squad. You pay an awful lot of points for them, and the main difference is they've got leadership 10, they've got stubborn, and they also have a 5-up feel no pain. But for 230 points, I think mine comes to, because there's 2 grav guns in there, or grav shredders, should I say, which again's an Iron Hands unique one. It's basically like a sort of an assault version of a grav gun. Yeah, 230 points, which doesn't seem a good value for money, but it just looks cool, and it's somewhere to put the Morisat in as well. So yeah, I'll just bring these up. Obviously, as you can probably tell, there's quite a bit of conversion work that has gone on with these two. Just knocking the camera there. So this guy, he is actually built off the Iron Hands Iron Father model from Forge World. He basically comes with sort of the gun, the combi bolter, and he comes with this axe, and then he does have a servo arm where the guns are. But as I said, the profile of an Iron Father in the book doesn't actually come with a servo arm. It comes with the machinator array. Yeah, I rather than sort of just saying the servo arm is my machinator array, I wanted to actually convert it up so it was completely sort of WYSIWYG. So I've got basically the melter gun is that is actually off the top of an Armiger, a Knight model. I've got the Forge World Moriacs, I think they're called, which don't actually come with the carapace weapon. So I've got a couple of these lying around. So I thought, that will work there. The Flamer is actually from a Adeptus Mechanicus Breacher model, Destroyer model. It's the same kit, whatever. But I had to sort of cut it off. I'm not sure if we can see it very easily. Sort of cut it off here, and then rotated it. So because this is actually his arm, so this would be the other way around if it was jointed. This is his elbow joint. So I've just used all of that to actually sort of make the little sort of harness for both of the guns, and I think that works quite well. The sort of mechadendrites, I guess you'd call them. Now, one of them, this one here, is off the Tech Priest model, just a normal Adeptus Mechanicus one. Those that you saw with my last video probably know that I use that for an awful lot of a lot of bits. That kit, and I've just got so many of them from collecting Adeptus Mechanicus. You seem to get one thrown in every single box set that you ever buy. So yeah, got a lot of those handy. I found this one in my bits box. Now, I can't remember the name of the character, but there is a Astral Claws Tech Marine. Very old one from the Badab War. It's a Forge World model, and he comes with these two whips like this, and then he's also got a conversion beamer. He's a really cool model. I've converted him up sort of with just different hand weapons and used them as an Iron Hands thing. Unfortunately, there's no rules for a Tech Marine with conversion beamer at the moment, so maybe that will change. If it does, then you'll probably see him in my Horus Heresy armies. So yeah, that was where that mechadendrite's from. And that is basically it. Oh, sorry, the Cyber Familiar is actually from a Tech Priest Dominus. Now, the eagle-eyed of you might notice that the Tech Priest Dominus one, it actually is on the other side, so it comes up sort of this way. So I did actually have to make sort of a few precision cuts along it. So at the top here, that's cut and then rotated around 180 degrees. But also I had to rotate round this part at the back, so that was cut and again rotated 180 degrees, so then it would come over this side rather than having to stick it this side and impeding the weapons there. So really happy how he has turned out. I did actually sort of magnetize this hand as well, because as I said, I can actually potentially run him with other weapons like a Thunderhammer amongst some other melee weapon. So it just gives me some options there. So that's him. He will be my warlord for this force. And then just bringing up the Moritat. Hopefully that's in focus. Okay, so slightly more to do with the conversion on this one. So the main body on this guy was actually from a Forge World Iron Hands. I think it's either a command squad or a veteran squad. There's basically 5 models, and they've all got sort of heavily augmented bodies. It's just one of those bodies. I extended these kind of plates just to make it a little bit longer. So that is actually one of the again, it's a part of a breacher, and at the bottom of their where the tracks go, they have kind of plates all in a row. So I just trimmed one of those off, and it just so happened to be the perfect size to stick it on there. So that's what went there. The 2 arms, as you'll probably notice, are both bionic arms. One of these, this one, was actually from the original kit, as was the shoulder pad, I believe. And the other one was just basically a Forge World bionic upgrade kit. There's a sort of a bionic leg in it. There's a bionic head. I think there's a chest as well. There's lots and bits of bobs in that kit. I'm not sure if you can get it anymore, but you get quite a few of these nice arms. So because I collect Iron Hands, obviously I've accumulated quite a few of those sets over the years. So just moving around to the back. So the backpack on this one was from a model which I've also sort of converted up. Used his bits over a few different models. It was actually the Iron Hands character that was in the Death Watch board game that came out a few years back. I just bought him as a single model off eBay, and just used all of his bits. He's donated to other models, so it's his backpack. But this the red part here that you see, sorry, it's just going out of focus a little bit. The red part is actually from I believe it is from maybe a techno. Is it techno priest? It's completely got electro priest. I think it's either an electro priest model, or it might actually be from the data smith. I can't remember. Comments down below if you identify what that part is. So just sort of stuck that on. Just so I wanted to sort of have these power lines, because if you look at the original Moritat model, he has got, he's either got some kind of magazine. Is it magazine? I don't know. It's like an ammo feed into sort of an ammo box or something like that. Or the plasma one's got some energy cabling going into the plasma. So I wanted to sort of mimic that with this model. So decided to sort of give it something else that looked like a little bit of a power source. Hence the sort of the green matching with the green on the pistols. This is just some sort of wire. I think it's like a guitar string type of thing. Just something that I have lying around in my bits box, and it works quite well. It's very bendy, so you'll see this on a lot of my Iron Hands models, all these sort of wires. The head is just the Iron Hands upgrade kit, the head upgrade kit. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to keep this head on here, and the reason for it, I think it looks quite bland with all the blacks. I mean, obviously you can see I've put some chipping on there to try and sort of give you some sort of edge highlighting and stuff like that, but it's just, I don't know, not 100%. So comment down below what you think, if you think I should maybe swap for a head, a bear head, basically. Sort of, I'm thinking, a bear head with a bionic eye or something like that. It would just give it, I think it would just give it a little bit more of a focal point with some colour there, but I'm not too sure. I'm pretty happy with how he is, but I think I could do better, but let me know what you think. The 2 plasma pistols are, plasma pistols, grav pistols are actually they're from, I I think it's the Sternguard kit, 40k kit, because there aren't actually grav pistols don't exist in the Horus Heresy range yet. So those are the only two that I could get. I know they don't look like grav weaponry from 30k, but they're as close as I could get, so I had to use those. And then the little servo arm. Obviously, it serves no purpose other than just making him look more Iron Handsy. How do you make something look more Iron Handsy? You give it sort of a bionic leg, a bionic eye, and then whack some kind of servo arm on it. There you go. You got an Iron Hands character. So that's what I try and do across a lot of my characters to make them stand out. That servo arm is the one off the Datasmith. Again, AdMech, you get a Datasmith in every pack of Castellan robots, but you only need one, or you don't even need one at all. So, I think I've got 8 Castellan robots. So I've got loads of Datasmiths just in the bits box, chopped up, because I've only got one that I actually use. So yeah, that's those two. I think I have decided on which rite of war. Just going back to that. So I'm going to be going for one of these two, the 2 Iron Hands specific ones. So either the Company of Bitter Iron, and the reason for that is as I said, I'm planning on putting this guy in with Medusan Immortals, and Medusan Immortals in the Company of Bitter Iron are actually sort of a troop choice. They are a compulsory troop choice as well, so obviously fills that slot out quite nicely, and they'll get sort of the line subtype, which is quite good. Also, anything that has bitter duty gets hatred traitors, so some nice little free re-rolls there, so that could be quite handy. And you can also give any of your independent characters bitter duty as well. Now obviously you're probably not going to do it that much, because it would mean that you're restricted to putting them in with Medusan Immortals or destroyers or something like that, so he wouldn't be able to walk around with the Terminators if I did that, as far as I can see. Again, comments down below if I'm understanding that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it means. The only restriction to the rite of war that I think I'm going to go with is the fact that I can't use Ferrus Manus, because that whole rite of war is about them being all moody because their dads died. But that doesn't really bother me, because I do like the fact that you can use Primarchs in 30k, but I don't want to use them all the time. I want it to be something sort of special, and my force now, what I'm moving on to, I feel like it is after sort of the whole Istvan and Ferrus Manus getting his head chopped off, basically. So that's what I'm trying to sort of represent with my new force. The other option is I can go with the head of the Gorgon. I like the idea of that one. I can put Cybernetica units in the force. Not that I'm probably going to do that. I just I don't know if they're that good. We've only just seen the book at the time of recording this video. It came out, well, the previews were coming out at the weekend, just gone. So I haven't had time to properly have a look and see if they'll be any good in the force. I don't think they're going to add much, but it's just like a little bit of a flavour thing. But the most interesting thing is I can actually swap out a tactical support squad with flamers, and give them graviton shredders instead, and that's quite a nasty sort of short range haywire weapon. And also in that rite of war, any vehicles gain the outflank rule, so you can kind of pop on the side of the board in a rhino with that squad of graviton shredders and really mess up somebody's day by blowing up their nice expensive tanks very easily. So one of those two. I'm more towards the Company of Bitter Iron at the moment, but it just sort of depends on how the releases go before this event in November, what comes out and what alterations I might need to make to my list prior to that. So yeah, that's about it anyway. I've waffled on for a good 20 minutes about two models, for God's sake. So, yeah, just let me know what you think down below if you like these models, what you think I should add. I am actually adding another HQ choice. It's a little bit different. So that'll probably be a video in its own right. Adding lots and lots to this force. Got some of the old models coming back. Some of them have been sort of slightly repainted or just touched up a little bit because I painted them about 10 years ago. So yeah, if this is a series that you're interested in and you're not already subscribed, if you could click on the subscribe button and do all of that business, it really helps us out. And I will see you in the next one.